You know, gaming is such a really cool and interesting hobby. I absolutely love it. I've been gaming, almost my whole damn life, and I hope to continue to game for many years to come. Obviously that's the hope. With that being said, there's a lot of very interesting things going on in gaming right now that are kind of changing the landscape in a pretty incredible way. The one thing that I wanted to talk about was something that's going on with some tech in the PlayStation 5 that's really helping to utilize what that's capable of. And I have to say, I absolutely love what they're being able to do with it. Now, is this the answer to all the problems that the PS5 has? No. But is it definitely part of a solution? That I say absolutely. Now, with that being said, I needed to amend a little something that I talked about yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, about a game that was rumored to be coming exclusive to PlayStation 5. Or console exclusive. But first, I have to get into that. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. Again, I appreciate all the support and anybody that's actually taken the time to like the videos or help the rebuild process and things like that. It's definitely much appreciated. Now, I wanted to amend a little something because there was a rumor that the Final Fantasy game is going to be made by Team Ninja, and it looks like that's going to be something that is going to be actually happening, and it's actually a new action RPG Final Fantasy spin-off. And it's going to be set in the world of the first Final Fantasy, according to this, which I will link. Over the weekend, a number of rumors swirled about possible E3 announcements. As traditionally happens in the weeks leading up to the industry trade show, in particular, a rumor seemed to swirl around two websites, Reddit and gaming forum Reset Era, about a new Final Fantasy spin-off that Square Enix is announcing this year. The rumor states that Square Enix is working with Team Ninja, Koei Tecmo's in-house development team behind games like Ninja Gaiden and Nioh, and perhaps most relevantly, the last entry in the Final Fantasy fighting game, this idea. I hope I pronounced that right. Forgive me if I didn't. The posted rumors go on further by assigning the game in genre, something akin to Nioh or the Souls games, and suggesting it takes place somewhere in or adjacent to the world of the first Final Fantasy game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Wow. Our sources have corroborated this rumor and suggest that the name of the game is Final Fantasy Origin. The game which appears to have be exclusive to PlayStation 5 with a PC release further down the road, will be one of Square Enix's tentpoles for their upcoming E3 show. For whatever reason, several large chunks of the updated June show will have leaked out, including the Final Fantasy Origins logo and demo plans. Square Enix actually hopes to release an alpha this summer, not unlike Nioh's public alphas, to solicit feedback from the audience. While the game is still in a fairly early state, the demo, like several other major demos, has its own title of Stranger in Paradise. Expect the title to play similar to Nioh or other games in the genre, but to be more accessible for a wider audience. Fanbyte sources indicate that the game is largely developed by the same team behind the previously mentioned game, but that Team Ninja's nearly 200-person studio involves a lot of shifting around, that there aren't hard borders on the different teams these days. The Nioh DNA in the game is likely a result of people core to the first two games' development being involved in Final Fantasy Origin. It's worth mentioning that anything could change before the final show, especially as more things leak out in the weeks ahead of E3, so it should not be misconstrued as a guarantee that the game will appear there. Still, production and marketing appear to be gearing up for a full swing on the title soon, so it shouldn't be too long before we hear that. This is actually a site called Fanbyte, which is run by Aman Khan, who is also in the Kind of Funny Video Games thing, and I think he also did I believe he did something along the lines of worked at IGN at one point or something like that. But so that really amends it. It looks like that did leak out, and there is going to be a situation where the game is going to be exclusive to PS5. There's going to be an alpha. Well, it looks like there's going to be an alpha this summer, which I think is pretty cool. Very similar to Nioh Souls, but accessible, and it's connected to the very first Final Fantasy. So, really cool stuff there. I like kind of getting some of this breaking news. How this comes out and stuff like that. I think that's really, really cool. and I think that that's something that absolutely would be amazing. So that's got to be some pretty good news for PlayStation fans. It looks like there's going to be some kind of game or demo to play this year, and I think that's good news. Anytime you can get more games out, for it to pique my interest, I think it has to be hack and slash, but nowhere near the level of like the Souls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's very much a game that I like, or Neo and that kind of stuff. So I think that that's something that I'll probably pass. But at the end of the day, I think that it's still probably good news, and I just wanted to amend that little bit for you guys with the updated thing. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was we know that the Kraken stuff in the PlayStation 5 is pretty phenomenal, and that they've been able to do some really cool stuff with that, despite the fact that we have limited amount of storage space in the console itself, and that can be a pain in the butt. Simply put, we we have this situation where we have this new console, and we're running out of space on there to put our games, even though we can finally like update it and use the external drives and things like that. You can't play PS5 games off of that. It has to be off the actual internal one. But according to this anyway, it looks like another game is getting a boost from the Kraken. A couple of weeks back, it was reported that the file size of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart was going to be 42.2 gigabytes. They noted that it would require a reasonable chunk of your PlayStation 5 storage space, but it turns out that the actual download size is quite a bit smaller. PlayStation Game Size now reports that the new compressed download size comes in at just 33.6 gigabytes, which isn't bad at all. That's roughly a 9 gigabyte difference between the full game and the file that you'll be downloading to your console. It could well be that the PS5's compression technology, the Kraken, is playing a part here. Good news then, but are you still going to make room for Ratchet & Clank's upcoming adventure? Give your PS5 a great game. I think this is going to be the first universal game that can appeal to everybody, that's going to really take advantage of what the PlayStation 5 can do. Thankfully, that's something that isn't going to have to wait too long. I think it's going to be, something that's going to be incredible, and I'm excited to really see exactly what comes out of it, and exactly what comes from all this kind of good news and stuff like that. So for me personally, I'm excited by what the future brings. I'm excited by what's going to be happening with these new consoles, and I think that it just makes a lot of sense that gamers in general are sort of excited about what's going on with the future of these consoles. And this is something that I feel like is very much the topic of the day. Sometime this summer we should be seeing some sort of update to the PlayStation 5, and we should be seeing some kind of ability to switch out the actual hard drives, because it's definitely getting to that point where it's frustrating. But again, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited either way. I'm going to link all of this stuff in the description below. It is E3 time, and that's a very busy time and a very fun time for everybody, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be wanting to kind of talk about what's going on. But I'm going to link all this stuff, and you guys can let me know what you think. Please have a fantastic day. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.